Hello, my name is David Hoover, and I'd like to give advice to anyone who is considering becoming a military social worker. A little bit about me. From 2007 to 2011, I served in the Marine Corps, and I am currently a military social worker in the Army. So let's start with college. First of all, I would say find an affordable college near you. Don't go out of your way to go to some fancy master's degree program that offers military coursework, thinking that that's going to give you some edge. It's not worth the money that you're going to pay. The second thing I would say is be careful with your internships. For instance, if you're on the federal level and let's say the family advocacy program on a base is looking for interns, when you're done with that internship, they're not going to be able to hire you because you're not able to practice in that state independently. So sometimes it's best to look for a job that will typically hire people with a master's degree. So for instance, I'd suggest something like your local community service board if your state has one, or the local inpatient psychiatric hospital, because if you don't get an internship at that place, you'll be able to throw out several resumes to other state hospitals or community service boards in the area when you're looking for a job. A lot of times the state hospitals and community service boards will also offer to supervise you for free. Sometimes strings are attached, like working an additional 2 years. In my case, there were no strings attached, and I basically got it for free for working there. The next thing I would recommend is going on this website called the Center for Deployment Psychology. You're not going to be able to enroll in any of the courses, but you will be able to see some of the DoD guidelines, kind of what they're looking for when you practice at the federal level. I would say that things like adjustment disorder, trauma, insomnia, depression, anxiety are things that you're going to want to be well versed in. Another huge one is suicide in the military. So you're going to want to have some experience with that. And for instance, the reason why I recommend the Community Service Board is because they have something called emergency services. And if you could intern there or get some experience there, you'll know a lot about how to deal with people who are in crisis. Some modalities that the DoD recommends, which will be in the reference I gave you for the Center of Deployment Psychology, are things like CBT-I for insomnia, CBT-SP for suicide prevention, prolonged exposure therapy for trauma, CPT, cognitive processing therapy for trauma, EMDR. All of these things and more are kind of recommended. So I would definitely look at the site and try to get well versed in those things, because a lot of people don't tell you what the military or what the VA or what the DoD is looking for kind of on a federal level for practice guidelines. So when you go in to put your resume in to be competitive against others, you'll kind of know this is what they're looking for. Another thing I would just say, if you're going to go the direct commission route like I did, keep in mind there's a cycle for that. So when you apply, for me it took a year to do the whole application process and go through the board, and then once I was accepted, I had to wait another 6 to 7 months to actually go to the direct commission course. So I would just keep those things in mind. May make further videos if people have questions, but I just wanted to throw those things out there to consider. Plus, there's just the whole Army life and what that's like, and if you're in college and you've never been in, have you really considered what that's about? But that'll probably be another video for another time. Thank you.